So. Well, it's good to know. Yeah. So, okay. So update on Arts Festival. Review logo, was this?
Review of updated logo. So, I sent the final logo. Are you guys okay with that as it stands?
Sure.
I have no way of accessing it right now because I can't get into my computer. But
wow, such a hot mess. Okay, so okay, yes. I think that as far as I know, and we can just bring this up at the next meeting, but I think as far as we know, it is. Update on the budget. I believe you had shared some info.
So I believe our budget has been approved for this last council meeting. Linda and Jennifer still have to sit down and go through our downtown operations budget and see, well, through the budget that was for the festivals and see what we're willing to set aside and what we can set aside for the 2 additional locations.
Okay.
If you want a hard and fast number, Linda said probably 15.
Okay. 15 total for both?
Yes.
Okay, because I was told 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different number.
So it is different, but they do have to sit down and get into the nitty-gritty of those budgets and see. And as always, if you go out for sponsorships, we're more than willing to take that sponsorship and set it aside specifically for Washington Street or USCB.
Got it.
For the arts.
Got it. And Shirley, I think you're up to date what we're trying to do for the Arts Festival, or do you need a quick update?
I would love a quick. Yeah.
So what we're trying to do is to enhance whatever of the taste of Beaufort. So we're Washington Street Park has a committee that will be working on the silo screen. I'm yet to say what the rest of that is. It used to be an old minstrel show that came through and it was a big part of their park and history, and they want to recreate that. Okay. At USCB, we're trying to do a fine arts fair or whatever, similar to Piccolo Lato in a very small version outside, where we will have artists, juried artists, all part of the lawn and over in front of Beaufort College building. Inside there'll be a juried art show, prizes and such. So just kind of elevating and making it better. We had hoped to get kind of for a seed $10,000 for each location to be able to do that, because it is expensive, because there is a police presence. I mean, gosh, you know what chalk art is. I mean, that seems like a pittance. We also have been under the assumption that there would be money in the South Carolina Arts Commission and other places for festivals, which now is not going to happen. But maybe good things will happen.
Yeah, and there's always a possibility to connect with the South Carolina Arts Association to see what grants they have available. That
right now they have no funding. So that was what I was talking.
Was that an email that went out recently?
No, it's just been kind of in the news.
Oh.
I mean, that's what I understand.
Okay.
I have been wrong so many times.
Yeah.
You know, that I could be, but they have not. We got something as a grantee that things were changing.
Okay.
No. But I mean, as far as the cultural district is concerned, all of that's still going on because there's no specific funding that comes for that.
Sure.
So so I think we're fine with that. And it doesn't mean that we can't start looking. And that might be something if the city would help do, that would be great, because I know with y'all, with other festivals and everything, there's funding through HI. I believe that, do y'all get any?
So our fiscal year 26 budget is already set.
Got it.
And what was put into that budget encompasses our whole department budget. So that's Main Street, that's downtown operations, that's everything that we do.
Okay,
And just a small part of that is set aside for Taste of Beaufort and the Beaufort Shrimp Festival, along with
got it,
holiday weekend and Halloween.
got it. Okay, Mitzi, any questions?
No,
Wonderful. Show me, probably lots of questions, but.
Not now, I'm here to soak in and learn, soak in. and learn.
It is quite all right, quite all right. So, one of our past projects have been the artist benches, that were located in throughout our downtown area and also at TCL. So, and Mitzi's kind of taking that on as, to report. Some of them are faring better than others.
yes, I kind of put just a chart. Did Tracy get that to you? There are a couple that are missing on there. I can't find, Bonnie, do you know where the one is at tried it at the Technical College of the Low Country? Do you know where that was located? I saw booths there, but I didn't see the bench.
I feel it's a Mathers bench. So I
Okay.
wonder if closer over to the Mathers School.
Maybe. I gotta go looking for that one more. I just
Okay.
did a drive. I did a drive through. And then I realized that I didn't have the USCB one on there because you said something, you had mentioned that you take care of that
Take
one,
care
but
of that.
I do
Yeah.
wanna add that one on the map because I kind of have a vision of maybe creating like a QR code or something with the different benches on there and providing that information at like the visitor center so people will know where they're located. And I think I'm going to go through maybe and I don't know if we should do like a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, and kind of rate what shape or condition they're in. By the way, the one right out front in front of City Hall is terrible. It definitely needs to be redone. So City Hall people need to get on that. And I guess that was the thing we needed to discuss. Like,
Right.
does the council take responsibility for that? Do we want to find sponsors to, work on the ones that we feel are in dire need? Some of them may have a little bit of paint, flaking here and there. I know Reverend Hodges, bless his heart, had said that they would take care of the one in front of, the one about the Black church, but I'm not sure where that stands at this time. I have a feeling that no one is probably aware that he made that statement because he did so many things. So there are a couple of issues we need to figure out about in the most dire need and what kind of budget do we have, or can we get people to sponsor repainting and fixing them up.
We also have a budget, I think usually has been around $4,000 to $6,000 for projects and such. Is that the same? Do you know exactly how much it is this year?
I do not.
Okay.
I need to sit down with Linda and we need to comb through our line items to see
Okay.
what we have.
Okay, that would be great. If you could send out an email to the board, I'll let them know so that some of this we can be figuring out what we want to put
Yes.
aside.
And let
So-
me know if there are any other benches besides those two, the USCB one and the Mathers one that
Okay.
aren't on here. Cause
So-
I don't know if I got,
The digital corridor one is
that's missing.
missing.
Right.
We're working on that one.
Yeah.
So
I did go by there, but it's just a blank spot where it sits, so.
we've collected the one, and Ginger has looked at it, the reconstruction one, and it needs to literally be sandblasted, and repainted. So I've had, Greg Rawls go by to see what he thinks, because he's painted some of these benches, to see if there's a way to get it back to the original wood. And then we'll have to come up with some monies or find someone to dedicate that, because it's a popular bench with the location. So Jeremy, it's right outside the reconstruction Arab
Yeah.
Museum. Yeah, so.
That one is one that should be a high priority. It is in bad shape.
Yeah, so it's been collected, and once we find out what Greg reports back as to what we can do, I'll probably have it moved to USCB. And see if we can't find an artist right away to go ahead and start working on that, depending on what our budget is and what we approve. So, but it's more how to do it. But I do think it's, pretty dire for us to figure out the ones that are in storage and missing, which I believe, one is the Santa Elena, correct? Is in storage, and now basically.
Where is that one located?
The Santa Elena, it is stored over in Southside Park.
No, I mean, where does it normally,
The
where's it
Arsenal.
spot? Arsenal,
Arsenal.
okay.
So,
I think, yeah.
so it looks like, we have some that are making it better, so we need to have removed then is the city, the city's bench needs to go into. Needs to be pulled.
Yeah, the paint is popping off of that one pretty badly.
Okay, got it. And then we just need to come up with some sort of action plan on how to repair them. I feel like we can't really invest money in adding more benches until we repair the ones we want, and try to find out what.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, find out what the secret sauce is, for which ones make it and which one don't. The one that seems to be doing the best is actually the one at the Black Chamber of Commerce, and it has a little ledge over it.
It has a cover. Yes, it's peeled a little bit because it does get the afternoon sun, but it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, so we'll just add also an awning project. You know, just-
Yeah,
yeah, that
that's
just adds more. Yeah, we could paint the awning. Okay, here we go. That went well. So, okay, well, we'll pretty much table that, other than you finding out what the budget is for us. So we can know and make a recommendation for the next meeting. So on additional board seats,
Yes.
have we had any?
Not that I am
Interest?
aware of.
Okay.
We have the at-large seat,
Mhm.
and as long as they work in the district, live in the district, or own property in the district, they are more than welcome to apply.
Yes, okay, yeah, the person I was really hoping would apply has more on her plate than she
Yeah.
needs, imagine that. So anyhow, that is kind of fallen, I don't know if there's any necessarily any new business at this time. Since we can't really bring anything up.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, anything on the city's horizon that we should know about for y'all's department?
We, of course, are continuing to go forward with First Fridays, and
Okay.
we're really excited about those. Coming up, our biggest festival is going to be Shrimp Festival, going
Yeah.
into its 31st year.
Wow.
But the Beaufort Water Festival is the next big thing downtown.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, got it. Chairman, usually at this time, we talk about what our organizations are doing, kind of in a way to give anybody that's watching an idea of what's going on. With the museum. I sent you something, Dave, that tells you who the partners are. Yeah, kind of a fact sheet on it, and it kind of gives us an idea of ways that we can collaborate. So, and we've had some good things happen out of it, or just plain knowledge. So, could you share with us what's going on with that recently?
We have a lot going on, a lot of very exciting things, a lot of things in process. Just kind of a review of the major things right now is, I don't know, we did really well with the Chalk Festival, so we're really happy with that turnout. And we are in the process of finding even more ways to make it better. And our office downtown, 1401 Duke Street, we have that office open. And soon we'll be having community events where we're going to be discussing such things as parish property, significant historical events, and possibly community interviews.
What's
So-
how many people can you fit in there?
We've had, our most recent, we had close to, I'd say 55, and we did have some people standing outside.
Okay. So I know people always calling us for, you know, possible meeting spaces.
Right.
So that's great. Okay.
And we've been speaking with people about possible relationships with mural groups and things like that. That's hard for me to say.
It is.
And of course, we're looking extremely forward to our school, the Arts, Crafts and Cultural School, which we have been able to acquire a 12,000 square foot building. And yes, we're in the process of getting details that we can release to the public.
God.
That's some of the things.
Some of them.
We're very fortunate. We've had a lot of support with the community. Thank you, of course. So we're moving right along.
Awesome. Oh, well, we're, Center for the Arts is announced its season for next year. And we've gone back to, since COVID, we've gone back to season tickets. And so, yeah, we're gonna see how that works. Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. We're building our sponsors, getting our patrons and donors back, but, and we'll be in rehearsal beginning Tuesday for 9 to 5. So, it's a nice lineup. I think it's gonna be lots of fun. This Sunday, we have our, Listen on the Lawn series with the band outside, and then if it rains, we bring it inside. So, also busy, but not quite as crazy as it'll be once August hits. It's kind of nice just to sit back and talk about partnerships and, working real hard on our, art gallery, which artists will be in there for the year. And I was noticing, when I was doing my Google and trying to find some, which we try to have also some artists that are not representative of, like the downtown artists, so not to compete or whatever. So I was just kind of Googling, and there is a mural association in Charleston. Who knew? Yeah, there you go. When you said that, I thought, that's kind of a neat thing. So our mural is finished.
Yes.
And is that something that you're going to propose possibly to us about continuing doing that?
We would love to continue more public art in the cultural district or downtown.
Yeah.
And whether that's wrapping the electrical panels or traffic light boxes,
Okay.
that would be a great way. I know there's a bunch of murals on the master plan for Washington Street Park
Okay.
that they are handling.
When you said they, that's
So-
the Art Association. Or the-
Yes, I believe
yeah.
it's the Washington Street Park Committee.
Okay.
They're going through that and deciding what murals they want and it's gonna be represented in those. So that will be a really great addition to the cultural district.
Well, we don't have to vote to adjourn or really anything, but at this time, thank you.
Of course,
I
look forward to it.
You'll see something from me out to everybody about trying to come up with a different time to meet
Right.
that doesn't have as many conflicts for people. So that will be something you will see. We normally do not meet in July. We may meet this year if I could get everybody together. The
Right.
other problem is we haven't had any sort of basically board retreat or strategic moment in about 3 years.
Yeah.
So I kind of think we just came out of COVID and now we're like, okay, we need to figure it out. And
Right.
having y'all on the board, being for the Arts District, helps so much in how we can partner and help. Y'all are doing a great job and, you know,
I appreciate it.
yeah, no, so I mean, if there's anything we can do or, we'd be more than happy to, and y'all just make us look better. We.
I appreciate that very much, but I think it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a good conversation.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I guess we'll end this meeting. Appreciate everybody for being here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me zoom in. I mean, I definitely think that, it does work, we know. So I'm usually there. I don't know why it seems like the last few months I've actually had a life. But anyway, I plan to be back. And Bonnie, I agree too. If we need to meet through the summer, I know we usually take it off, but that would be fine with me. So
That sounds great. Thank you, Mitzi. Have fun.
bye.